Well, let's move on to neighbourhoods. And a little while ago, I started to get emails from this organisation called NextDoor. So here's a little snapshot of it. I was particularly fascinated by the embedded subject here. Another one. So this is Plymouth, England, so it's local to us. Another one, how much longer will pet dogs be acceptable in society? And this comment's been made after what is a tragic dog attack on a young girl, 5-year-old seriously hurt in attack by dog. It's not so much the topic here. I'm talking about the vehicle bringing me this news. So we could have a discussion about getting rid of dogs and why that could be wanted by certain people, but I'm interested in this vehicle. And I, a while ago, started to challenge this organisation as to what they really were. So I started to send some emails, but in particular, I was interested in how NextDoor got my email address. And when I started to communicate with them, I wasn't too sure who I was communicating with, because you can see here in one of the replies, it's from NextDoor Australia. So it's NextDoor, it's talking about matters in the Plymouth locality. But when I go to the company, I seem to be talking to Australia. These are some of the texts that went back and forth. You can freeze the screen to have a look at them, but I'm asking about my data. They told me they verified my account. I asked to close the account, but that seems to be very difficult. And I get more and more curious. And eventually I put in a subject access request because I want to know how much material this company holds on me. And significantly, I never was able to get a response to my subject access request. So who was I dealing with? Well, where did I go? I went and had a look at what Companies House had to say. NextDoor Europe UK Limited. We can see 2 directors here. And significantly, they're both American. And if I look at the contact address, I've apparently got to get in contact with San Francisco in order to take up a data access or a subject access request here in UK. So who holds the jurisdiction over this company and its adherence to UK law? I don't know, and I don't think the company does. But this is more of it on the internet. NextDoor, I went to the board of directors as I always do, and let's have a look at some of the people. We're going to very quickly see we've got everything from Walmart to venture capital and Rand, which always catches my attention. So if I bring in some of the individuals, I've got Sarah Fryer. She sits on the board of Walmart and the advisory board of Hope Global. This is all organizations due to make the world into a better place. I've got Jason Pressman. He was Vice President of Strategy and Operations at Walmart. Then I can bring in venture capital and hedge funds. We've got Mary Meeker. She handles somewhere between about 13.5 and 40 billion US dollars. I've got another one here, CEO of Bryant Group Ventures. And if I bring in the last gentleman that I selected, it was Chris Valeris. And if you look at the end of his little CV, it talks about global ventures and the Rand Corporation Center for Global Risk and Security. So what does this company do? I get the impression, and this is just my personal feeling, that they're sucking up ever more personal information in local communities across UK, and presumably that data is of value to people who would like to know every aspect of our life. So if you've come into contact with them and you have information or an experience, we'd like to hear from you.
Okay, let's move on to